Hey, the Ted Cisco here. So I had to relocate a little bit for this video. I don't know if I'm gonna do that for like other videos. So I know a lot of you or a couple of you have seen my reaction to the Smash Direct, and it was pretty negative. So in the description of that video, I said I was going to be doing a discussion video, kind of following up on like my thoughts and things. So yeah, we'll get right into that. When they announced the Smash Direct, I was so excited. And it's like I try going to sleep, but when I know that early in the morning there's a Smash Direct, I just can't do it. I just can't do it. So I couldn't go to sleep. I only had like 2 hours of sleep, which I think I had 2 hours of sleep. I could have way less than that. But then I ended up, waking up and being like, oh, I'm not in the mood for this. And it didn't help that before I went to bed, I was kind of ranting in my head about like, oh my gosh, I swear if they announce another third party character, like I don't want third parties. I want new characters, Nintendo characters. So the way I thought was that, Smash Brothers is kind of like a Nintendo fighting game. And I was just kind of like, it's Nintendo. Like I'm cool with third parties, but like not too many. It's in the end it's about Nintendo characters. And so that was kind of like my logic for this. The first thing they showed was Simon Belmont. Like I kind of already had that bad taste in my mouth. I was already cranky. So when they showed Simon Belmont, I wasn't necessarily like upset about Simon Belmont. I kind of expected it. So I was like, okay, it's Simon Belmont. But when they showed Richter, I was like, no, what are you doing? At first I didn't realize he was an Echo Fighter. So that's, once they said it was an Echo Fighter, I'm like, oh, okay, that makes more sense. When they announced the Echo Fighters, I was like, okay, here we go, some Nintendo Echo Fighters. They hit me with Chrom. Now, mind you, I like Chrom. I have him right here. I like Chrom. I wanted him in Smash Brothers for the Smash 4. But at this point, when they're announcing so many third-party characters, and I want like a new Nintendo character, and they hit you with that Fire Emblem, and all the Fire Emblem characters are just, Echo Fighters of each other. Like, I don't know, they're kind of they play so similar. So I was like, oh, come on, not another Fire Emblem character. But now then they announced Dark Samus, and then later on they announced King K. So I got a lot happier. But now that I went to sleep, and I took my rest, I rewatched the direct like a million times. I swear I watched that direct so many times, and now I could happily say I'm happy with the direct. I love that Simon Belmont's in it. I complained because he was Konami, but you know what? He was on the original SNES. I shouldn't complain. He's an OG. He should be in Smash Brothers. So I'm happy with Simon Belmont. I'm excited to play with him. In fact, me and my buddies are playing Castlevania on the SNES Classic, just to get our hype satisfied. I'm content with the direct. I love what Daddy Sakurai is doing. No complaints for him. So I want to talk about some other thing. So, is there a possible story mode? Is there a possible adventure mode? Now, obviously on Twitter, once these directs happen, you have people on the internet coming up with all kinds of rumors and speculations, and, they always end up being, like, not true. But, hey, you never know. So, first, when they were, during the direct, they showed, the whole Simon Belmont thing, the whole Castlevania thing, they showed that there was Dracula in the game, and he appeared, as a boss. However, if you notice when they first show it, that Simon Belmont is walking up a pair of stairs. Now, he stops, and it seems to trigger like a cutscene, but they cut the camera. See, this is where like I started to be really. When I watched the direct like a million times, I noticed these things. They kept cutting the camera at certain parts. So when he walked up the stairs and he stopped, was that a possible cutscene? They cut it there, and then they show that he's fighting Dracula. But here's the thing: why is it just one character fighting Dracula? It was just Simon Belmont. At one point they showed Lucario fighting Dracula alone. Another point they showed Toon Link fighting Dracula alone. And another thing, that stage is flat, just like all the boss battles in Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Another thing, these stages, the Dracula stage and the Monster Hunter stage, they're not only flat, but they keep going. That's not how stages really work. Usually, like on the Mega Man stage, you have the Yellow Devil. Now, you can tell it's a stage. It has limited room. But this stage is like the Smash Brothers one, Smash Brothers Brawl, where you were fighting Rayquaza. If you kept walking left and you kept walking left, eventually you would, be at the end. You would be off screen. Now, remember what I said about cutting the camera? So they showed that when Dracula got defeated, he kind of like paused, and then you had a little sound effect, and then they cut the camera. They put the camera somewhere else. Now in Smash Brothers Brawl, when you got the last hit, the characters will kind of the boss battle will kind of freeze a little bit, and then you see a little bit of like static, and then their bodies will go like flying, you know, all exaggerated about it. So this seems to be just like that. When Dracula was defeated, he was kind of like stunned, and then they cut the camera. When they showed the Monster Hunter stage, I mean, they said it themselves that he was a boss. A boss of what? Classic mode? I don't remember classic mode having any bosses. I don't remember adventure mode having any bosses in Melee. Remember, the boss would be like a giant Kirby or something. Brawl was the one that had, you know, the bosses. And, you know, I was thinking, oh, but in Brawl, you know, you have to go through stages of like fighting, you know, characters in the subspace emissary, and you have to fight a bunch of minions, kind of like Smash Run, and then you've got to the boss. Well, here's the thing, you know, you saw with Dracula, Simon Belmont walking up the stairs and then possibly triggering a cutscene. I don't play Monster Hunter, so I'm sorry, but the dragon, he was you know, aiming at the one player specifically, and just doing attacks that seemed to be like a boss battle or oriented attack, you know. So who knows? I really hope so. The end of that Smash Direct, Sakurai showed, you know, there was a mode that was blurred out. Could it possibly be that? I hope so, because remember, in my reaction video, I said I was grumpy because I knew they were just gonna announce third-party characters and no adventure mode. But could I be wrong? Because they announced King K, they announced Darkseid, you know, they announced all these Nintendo characters, and then they showed. I was blind to it at first, but it seems like there's evidence of a story mode, so I really hope for that. This was brought to my attention through Twitter. I apologize. I don't know where the source of who was the first one to announce this, so I can't like give them credit. Maybe when I go back there, I'll link it to the description below. Who was the one to first say this? But I saw everybody talking about it. Everybody was retweeting it. But basically, what I saw was people were saying that, hey, if you look at the background of when Sakurai was talking, you see that there's colorful chairs and like decorations that kind of match up with Skull Kid. Now remember how I was complaining about, you know, Skull Kid not being a character. I was like, how are you gonna put Simon Belmont in there when Skull Kid's still in the assist trophy? Now here's the thing, Skull Kid was not an assist trophy when they showed the direct. It was only the moon. Where's Skull Kid? Could Skull Kid possibly be an assist trophy? But by that logic, where's Midna? You know, I don't think Midna's gonna be a character, so I don't know. And on top of that, wouldn't the moon be Skull Kid's final smash? So why would they show the moon, you know, at all? But then again, you have stuff like the Monster Hunter dragon, who appears as a boss and an assist trophy. So it's like there's so what's cool about the Smash Brothers is I feel like they're breaking a lot of rules that, you know, we're not used to. So I think that's a good thing, because now, you know, we're trying to speculate things, but then, you know, Smash Brothers is living by its own rules. You know, and that's something I had to learn. You know, I was like, no, Smash Brothers is Nintendo only. But then I thought about it, and I'm like, you know what? Whoever said that? Smash Brothers could be for third parties as well. So, you know, I'm over that. You know, they can announce all the third parties they want. I'm actually okay from now on. I'm over that hate for the third parties. I'm actually okay from now on. If they announce third parties, I will be happy. Another one. This one's highly unlikely, but there is Goku. A lot of people, you know, have been requesting Goku. Funimation and Crunchyroll have been talking about putting Goku in the game. Now, see, when Smash Direct was first announced on Twitter, Funimation and Crunchyroll were tweeting about it and saying, go watch it. Now, when I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh, if Goku's in the game, I swear to God. But, you know, my logic with him is, like, he's not a game character. You know, he's an anime character, so don't put him in there. But, you know, again, Smash Brothers is breaking a lot of rules. Could be different. What I saw was when they showed Donkey Kong versus King K, at the very end, they kind of do like a clash. Now, that is a clip straight from the Dragon Ball series. I will try to find that clip and post it. Let's hope I have that. But I believe that was just like a kind of a nod to Goku. Just, you know, they can't put everybody in the game. Just like, you know, Shovel Knight didn't make it. I wanted Shovel Knight to make it as a third party. That was the only like third party I was okay with at the time. But yeah, so Shovel Knight didn't make it, but they gave him the Sis Trophy. It was like, you know, it was like a nod to Shovel Knight. So this might be a nod to Goku. And it's like, we can't put Goku in the game, but we definitely put him. You know, we made a reference in our cutscene with King K and Donkey Kong. So that's probably what they did. All right, so that's all I wanted to talk about. You know, with the Smash Brothers. You know, I wanted to give a quick update. However, there is another update I wanted to do. My giveaway. So, I think I reached 125 subscribers. I was doing a 100 subscriber giveaway. I reached 125, so it's like, oh man. So I'm not done with this giveaway yet. You know, again, the artwork's taking a while, and the summer has been kind of busy, so I haven't really been able to do it. However, I can show you what the prizes are going to be. So I showed in my first giveaway update that it was going to be a painting for first place. Now, I wasn't sure what second and third place was going to be. So I make little artworks on like board, you know, on wooden boards. So here's another one. Here's another one. Second place is going to get kind of a larger one. It's going to be, you know, a little bit larger than the third place one. And I have the artworks kind of ready, you know. I got a little bit of artworks kind of ready. I've been doing a bunch of designs, you know. I've been doodling all over my notebook, seeing what designs are gonna, you know, make it into the artworks. But you know, you never know. You never know who can make it in. Oh, definitely comment down below if I missed something that could be evidence for like a story mode or a new character or something like that. Talk about it, you know. I'm bringing this to everyone's attention because I want people to talk about it. I want to have, you know, I want to share what I found and what I'm thinking. So do the same. You know, if you see that I missed something about a possible new character or something, comment down below. Share. Also, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Nintendo. I've been posting artwork on Instagram and been tweeting a lot of like news on Twitter. So if you want to follow me on those social medias, you can. Alright, so that's about it. I'll catch you guys on the next video. See ya.